Ferruccio Lamborghini's life story is one of the most inspiring examples of how determination, engineering talent, and the courage to challenge established leaders can create a legendary brand. Born on April 28, 1916, in the small village of Rinazzo di Cento, Emilia-Romagna, Italy, Ferruccio was the son of grape farmers Antonio Lamborghini and Evelina Berzi. His parents hoped he would eventually take over the family farm, but Ferruccio's interests were very different. From an early age, he was fascinated by machines, engines, and mechanical tools. While other children spent their free time playing, Ferruccio enjoyed taking apart farming equipment, repairing broken machines, and learning how engines worked. His curiosity, patience, and practical skills convinced everyone around him that he was born to become an engineer rather than a farmer. Recognizing his talent, Ferruccio's parents allowed him to study mechanical engineering at the Fratelli Taddia Technical Institute near Bologna. During his education, he excelled in mechanics, metalworking, and engine repair. His teachers quickly noticed his exceptional ability to understand complex machines and solve technical problems. Unlike many students who focused only on theory, Ferruccio preferred hands-on work, believing that real knowledge came from building, repairing, and improving machines. This practical mindset would later become one of the defining characteristics of his business career. When World War II began, Ferruccio was drafted into the Royal Italian Air Force. Rather than serving as a pilot, he worked as a military mechanic on the island of Rhodes, which was then under Italian control. His responsibility was to repair trucks, military vehicles, and engines damaged during the war. Resources were often scarce, forcing him to find creative solutions using whatever parts were available. These years greatly improved his mechanical expertise and taught him how to diagnose problems quickly, improvise repairs, and keep vehicles running under extremely difficult conditions. By the end of the war, Ferruccio had become one of the most skilled mechanics in the military. After returning to Italy in 1946, the country was struggling to rebuild its economy. Farms urgently needed tractors, but purchasing new equipment was too expensive for most farmers. Ferruccio recognized this problem as a business opportunity. He noticed that large numbers of abandoned military trucks and vehicles were being sold cheaply after the war. Using his engineering skills, he began converting military engines and surplus vehicle parts into reliable agricultural tractors. His first tractors were affordable, durable, and perfectly suited to the needs of Italian farmers. In 1948, Ferruccio officially founded Lamborghini Trattori in Cento, Italy. Starting with a small workshop and a handful of employees, he worked tirelessly to design better tractors while constantly improving production methods. His tractors quickly gained a reputation for reliability, fuel efficiency, and affordability. Farmers appreciated that Ferruccio personally understood machinery and continuously listened to customer feedback. Within only a few years, Lamborghini Trattori became one of Italy's fastest-growing agricultural equipment manufacturers. As Italy experienced rapid economic growth during the 1950s, Ferruccio expanded his business empire. He established Lamborghini Trattori, a company that manufactured industrial heating and air conditioning systems. This new venture was also highly successful and generated enormous profits. By the late 1950s, Ferruccio had become one of Italy's wealthiest entrepreneurs. His success allowed him to purchase luxurious homes, travel extensively, and collect some of the world's finest automobiles. Ferruccio loved high-performance sports cars and owned several prestigious brands, including Alfa Romeo, Lancia, Jaguar, Mercedes-Benz, Maserati, and especially Ferrari. While he admired Ferrari's speed and engineering, he became frustrated by their reliability and comfort. One recurring problem involved the clutch in his Ferrari, which frequently required repairs. Being an experienced engineer, Ferruccio inspected the vehicle himself and discovered that Ferrari used a clutch similar to one already found in his tractors. He believed the design could easily be improved. According to the famous story, Ferruccio visited Enzo Ferrari to discuss the issue and suggest improvements. During the meeting, Ferruccio criticized the clutch design and explained how it could be made more reliable. Enzo Ferrari reportedly dismissed his comments and told him to stick to building tractors instead of criticizing sports cars. Although historians debate the exact wording of this conversation, there is no doubt that Ferruccio left the meeting determined to prove that he could build a better Grand Touring car. Rather than becoming discouraged, he transformed criticism into motivation. In 1963, Ferruccio founded Automobili Lamborghini in Sant'Agata Bolognese, near Bologna. He built a modern factory equipped with advanced machinery and hired some of Italy's finest automotive engineers, including Giotto Bizzarini, Gian Paolo Dallara, and Paolo Stanzani. Ferruccio's vision differed from Ferrari's philosophy. Instead of creating uncomfortable race cars for the road, he wanted elegant Grand Touring cars that combined outstanding performance with luxury, comfort, reliability, and refined engineering. The company's first prototype, the 350 GTV, attracted significant attention during the 1963 Turin Auto Show. Although it was not yet production-ready, it demonstrated Lamborghini's ambition to compete with established manufacturers. Soon afterward, the production version known as the 350 GT entered the market. Customers praised its smooth V12 engine, comfortable interior, excellent build quality, and refined driving experience. The success of the 350 GT proved that Lamborghini could compete with the world's greatest sports car manufacturers. Ferruccio continued investing heavily in innovation and encouraged his engineers to think creatively. This philosophy led to the development of one of the most influential sports cars ever built, the Lamborghini Miura, introduced in 1966. Featuring a revolutionary mid-mounted V12 engine positioned behind the driver, the Miura combined breathtaking performance with one of the most beautiful automotive designs ever created by Marcello Gandini at Bertone. The Miura amazed the automotive world and is widely considered the first modern supercar. It established Lamborghini as Ferrari's strongest competitor and permanently changed sports car design. Throughout the late 1960s, Lamborghini introduced several successful models, including the 400 GT, Islero, Espada, and Jarama. Ferruccio believed that every Lamborghini should be powerful, luxurious, visually stunning, and enjoyable to drive over long distances. Unlike Ferrari, whose primary focus remained racing, Ferruccio refused to participate in motorsport. He believed racing consumed enormous financial resources without providing enough value to his customers. Instead, he concentrated entirely on building exceptional road cars. One unique aspect of Lamborghini's identity came from Ferruccio's fascination with Spanish fighting bulls. Born under the zodiac sign Taurus, he admired the bull's strength, courage, and determination. As a result, many Lamborghini models were named after famous fighting bulls or bull-related traditions, creating a distinctive brand identity that continues today. Despite Lamborghini's remarkable success, the early 1970s brought serious financial difficulties. The global economic slowdown reduced demand for expensive sports cars. At the same time, Ferrari's competition intensified, and Lamborghini's tractor business suffered after losing a major export contract. The 1973 oil crisis further damaged the luxury automobile market, causing sales to decline sharply. Facing mounting financial pressure, Ferruccio made the difficult decision to sell his ownership in Automobili Lamborghini. In 1972, he sold a controlling interest to Swiss businessman Georges-Henri Rossetti, and in 1973, he sold his remaining shares to René Limer. After leaving the company he had founded, Ferruccio retired from the automobile industry and moved to a vineyard and estate in Umbria, where he devoted his time to wine production, farming, golf, and enjoying a peaceful life with his family. Although Ferruccio no longer managed Lamborghini, the company continued introducing legendary models such as the Countach, which became one of the most iconic supercars in history. Over the following decades, Lamborghini experienced periods of financial instability and several ownership changes before eventually becoming part of the Volkswagen Group under Audi in 1998. Under Audi's leadership, Lamborghini expanded globally while preserving Ferruccio's original philosophy of combining bold design, innovative engineering, luxury, and exceptional performance. Ferruccio Lamborghini passed away on February 20, 1993, at the age of 76. He was buried in Renazzo, the village where his remarkable journey had begun. Although he never witnessed Lamborghini's modern global success, his influence remains visible in every vehicle the company produces. Today, Lamborghini stands among the world's most respected luxury automobile manufacturers. Models such as the Countach, Diablo, Murcielago, Gallardo, Aventador, Huracan, Revuelto, Temerario, and Urus continue Ferruccio's legacy of innovation and performance. Millions of people recognize the Charging Bull logo as a symbol of ambition, excellence, and fearless engineering. Ferruccio Lamborghini's story is far more than the history of a car company. It is the story of a farmer's son who became an engineer, a mechanic who became an industrialist, and a tractor manufacturer who challenged the world's greatest sports car maker. His journey teaches that criticism can become motivation, technical knowledge can create extraordinary opportunities, and success belongs to those who refuse to accept limitations imposed by others. Through determination, innovation, and an unwavering belief in his own abilities, Ferruccio Lamborghini transformed a simple dream into one of the most legendary automotive brands in history.